what if we tap back into the physical hobbies that brought us joy, puzzles and board games, and physical media, and things that will always be able to be kept close? Let's talk about it. My name is Barry Green Jr. I'm a father, storyteller, and lover of simple things. And today I want to share this sensation I've had of reliving my childhood, not in a escape adulthood type of way, but finding the things that once brought me joy that I apparently don't have time for anymore. And one of the things about being a father is sharing those memories and those moments of what you did as a child. And I find myself questioning, do I actually not have time for these things anymore? Or am I just making excuses? And so today I want to talk about three hobbies that I want to spend more time doing in 2025. To get things kicked off, it is board games. I have recently started playing board games with my 3-year-old to show her rules. Show her, you can't just make up rules as you go along in life. There are rules to everything. This game is really awesome because it's set up in a way that there isn't a sole loser. You either win as a team or you lose as a team. And I think that's just an awesome concept to teach your kids, particularly as you're building culture within your family, right? In this particular game, you roll a die and it essentially tells you whether to put fruit in this basket. And the goal is to harvest all of your fruit before it is eaten up by an animal. And so it's really fun. I'll drop the link here for parents looking to play this particular game. And yeah, it's just awesome to introduce board games to our children. Playing this game made me remember Candyland and Connect Four and the board games that I grew up on, Sorry and Monopoly and Clue. And now I don't have time for board games where clearly it's a choice. I have time to play board games with my daughter. Why not have time to play board games with my wife or invite friends over for a game night? And so this had me thinking that I could actually begin to play board games again if I just make time for them. So that's one of the things I am looking to do in the new year. The second one is in that same line as puzzles. Puzzles have been a way for me to just get out of my own head and work on what's working. I don't know how you start puzzles, but I always try to identify where the corners are, and then I kind of look at the map and piece out the easiest way and kind of work backwards. And the awesome thing about a puzzle is that idle time, knowing that I really don't know anything right now, nothing connects, nothing really makes sense. And as I've gotten older, those type of moments appear in life, right? Where you're like, I don't really know what's going on, nothing connects, nothing makes sense in my life. Like, how do I get a grasp on it? And I feel like puzzles are a great way to introduce that is okay, that it'll eventually work out if you just keep working at it. And yeah, I think that it is something that would help me with anxiety and just coming to terms with slowly being patient with getting to the outcome. It's just may take you a while. And the last thing I would say that I have taken a true interest in is outdoor gardening. If you know me, I have always had a green thumb. I ran a plant shop for 4 years, indoor house plants, boutique type environment where we sold pots and soil and topping and other plant adjacent items, but I had never really dabbled with vegetables or fruit or florals. And so this will actually be the first time that I step outside of my comfort zone, out into an environment in which I'm not control of and really trust the process. Again, like that puzzle, it's something that brings me a little anxiety because, again, there's so many factors, right? I'm currently starting my compost bin, and while I understand the general scope of composting, I think the attraction of animals or whether I want to put worms in just gives so many options on how I can go about starting this garden. And I'm currently renting. So it's also, do I want to do a raised bed? Do I want to build a raised bed? What happens when I move? What do I want to put in my themed beds? And I decided to actually go with fabric garden beds. I will also go with some seeds that we will eventually transfer outside. We're starting with potatoes and peppers, and we're gonna do watermelon. My daughter loves watermelon, so we're gonna give that a try. And yeah, here in North Carolina, we should be able to get away with enough to at least try this first year at experimenting. We're gonna do some herbs. We already have some mint. I'm a big mojito guy, and I also love my Kentucky mules, so we will certainly be getting usage out of that. And then also some oregano. We do a lot of pizzas and you know things like that. So I am super excited about this venture. I don't want to go into this thinking that we're going to yield enough crop to actually offset a family of four costs, but I'm optimistic enough that that could be the case at some point once you break even on your materials. And so gardening is that final thing of this year that I'm really going after to fill up time, but then also get my hands back in the dirt. Like my fondest memories as a kid was putting my hands in the sand, getting my hands dirty, going outside and play. And when I had the plant shop, it did give me that outlet. It did give me an opportunity to repot plants and teach people how to repot their plants and how to care for their indoor plants. And I think being able to take a speaker outside or have some headphones in and just zone out while I'm caring to my garden will really put me in a place of happiness. And that's what a lot of, I feel like parenting is. We are the regulators for our children's emotions for now. They feed off of us. And so the happier I am, the happier I can keep my children and the happier I can keep my family. And so this journey of simple living, part of it is just trying to get rid of the noise, but the other part of it is to actually accept happiness. And so in 2025, y'all hold me accountable of these three things. Again, more puzzles, more board games, and some outdoor gardening, keeping things simple. And until next time, peace.